What's up everyone, Sigs here, and welcome to an unboxing and a look at the prices for a Modern Horizons 3 Collector's Booster box. I'm very excited to be opening up this product, so just going to take a quick look at the seal here, make sure it looks legit, which it does, and then we'll go ahead and break into it here. So I usually do these openings right around the time the set comes out. There was a little bit of a problem with the order on this box, so I didn't get it until just now. The benefit of that is these prices are a lot more settled, so we can actually see maybe if we're able to make some money on this box, or if nothing else, just what the value of the cards that we pulled are. So I'll show you the box there in case you were ever curious, and then we'll go ahead and break into it. So it's just going to be a pretty standard pack opening, and I will put the prices of any card that is worth more than $1 on screen, and then at the end I will scan all the cards into the Delver Lens app, and we will take a look at the total value of this box at various market metrics. So we get 12 packs in here. That should be 6, and that should be another 6. Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. And I'll go a little bit slower on this first pack, just to let you know it could be in each slot. I figure by this point everybody's either opened their own or seen these open, but just for the edification of future generations, I'm just going to kind of list what each slot in these packs can have for this first pack, and then we'll go quicker on the rest and hopefully get some big hits in here, because there are some really cool cards that you could pull. A lot of power in this set and quite a bit of value. But as with any set, there's also a lot of junk, so we'll have to see how we do. Starting off with the first pack here, let's take a look. It's pretty flat. I always like to just take a look at the foils, because they do tend to curl. So those are relatively flat, I guess, which is good to see. And let's get right into it here. So first up, we're going to get 4 foil commons. Give them a little wiggle so you can see the foiling, hopefully nice and in focused with the contaminated landscape and the Electrozoa. And then next up, we should have 3 foil uncommons, which could also have new to modern reprints or double-faced cards. In this case, we get a Pyretic Rebirth, a Grim Servant, that's not in focus, there we go, and a Shrieking Drake. So next up is going to be a foil full art land in all packs. Also, this is a new to modern reprint. You can see the little, is that Legends, Antiquities, something like that. 5th edition? I don't know. Anyway, you can see the set symbol down here that lets you know it's new to modern reprint. And then it's going to be a full art foil land in every pack. In this case, we get an island. And then next up, it's going to be a non-foil, common or uncommon, retro frame, or the snow-covered wastes. So, oh, jeez, I messed that up. Oh, well, I think I saw what we get next, too, which is a retro frame, uncommon. So this is Modern Horizons 1. You can also get Modern Horizons 1 or 2 cards in the retro frame, in addition to the Modern Horizons 3 retro frame cards. So that's what we get here. And then after the non-foil, common or uncommon retro frame or snow-covered waste, it is a foil, common or uncommon retro frame or snow-covered waste, which in this case is an Aether Spike, because I'm bad at opening packs. So we already saw what we got there, but just beautiful. Love the retro frames in the foil there. That's why I was really excited to open up this product. But anyway, next up, it's going to be a foil rare or mythic, which could be one of the new to modern reprints. And we get an Argent Dais, no value there, just a regular rare in foil. Cool looking card, but nothing great. And then next up is going to be like the Commander slot. It could be a whole bunch of different things from the Commander set. Okay, so we get Corum the Undertaker, mythic rare. I believe this is the borderless profile is what this style is called. And it's interesting too, it's not foil, but I don't know if you can see, it's almost a little shiny. Really cool style on those, so that's cool to see. And then next up, it's going to be 2 non-foil craziness. Rare or mythics with borderless, extended art, retro frame, could be all kinds of stuff, but it's going to be 2 non-foils. Could be really cool stuff here. Get the Monumental Henge in the borderless. Pretty cool looking. And the next, okay, a Dress Down in the retro frame. So a rare in the retro frame, non-foil. And then the last slot is the super crazy slot. So it's going to be foil, could be a rare or mythic, could be extended art, could be borderless, could be retro frame, could be serialized, could be etched, textured, could be a special guest, a double-faced planeswalker. It's a crazy, crazy slot that has all the best value. And we get Oh, cool. A Chthonian Nightmares, if I'm saying that right. Give that a wiggle so you can see the foiling. That is the borderless, I suppose. It's not, it could be the frame break, not sure. Anyway, in foil, I think that actually has some value. So that's not a bad hit, and it looks really cool. So there we go. And then you're always going to get a foil double face token, in this case, a servo and a bird. So, all right, that's the first pack. I know I was going really slow and it was probably really boring, but I just want to let everyone know kind of what to expect for the rest of these packs. So, go into pack 2 and see what we get. Now, I will go a little bit quicker here for you. We'll rip through. I know I'm going to, like, wax poetically about certain artworks and all that kind of stuff. And people really, at this point, just kind of want to see the cards more than anything else. So, please forgive me, but it's my one and only collector's booster box, so I'm going to enjoy the process of opening it as we go through our commons here. Nothing exciting in this slot, but show you the foiling. And we go to our uncommons with the Powd-Prack Rhino, the Twisted Riddle Keeper, the Strength of the Harvest. Again, waxing poetically, great foiling there. Love the little purple swish. And that card does flip, and it flips into the Haven of the Harvest. Now we're going to have our Full Art Land, which is a Plains, nothing too fancy there. And then our retro, gosh, I don't know, I'm so bad at opening cards today. The Retro Frame, uncommon, in this case, non-foil, It That Heralds the End. You know, I'm not a huge fan of like newer cards with the Retro Frame, but this one actually kind of works. It's just cool imagining an Eldrazi back in the day would be such a monster. So I actually do really like that Retro Frame. But anyway, the foil Retro Frame next. Monstrous Vortex, there we go. Looking great in the Retro Frame. See, that card seems to fit the frame a little bit better, at least I think. Now we're going to get our foil rare mythic, which is a Roshin, Roaring Prophet. Not a ton of value there, I don't think. And then our commander, March from Velis Vel, borderless, into the 2 non-foil rare slot. Wow. Imskir, Iron Eater, cool looking. Again, not a ton of value, but looks really cool. Then our other crazy slot. Okay, nice. So, Wooded Foothills, one of the allied fetch land cycle in the Retro Frame, non-foil, but again, another card I think fits the Retro Frame really well and definitely has some value. And then our super crazy last slot. Oh, nice. So, Solitude, that is one of the special guests. This is the Elemental Incarnate. This is in 1.9% of packs, collectors only. Oh, sorry, that's the textured foil, which this is not. This is just regular foil, borderless, but still really cool. Special guest, Elemental Incarnate cycle, foil, borderless, Solitude. Pretty cool. Not the most expensive one, but pretty cool card to see. And we get our 2 tokens, double-faced on the 1 card with the Phyrexian Worm. And we go into the next pack here. So I think a couple hits there. I'm not sure the Solitude's value offhand. I know like the Grief is worth quite a lot. Obviously that Wooded Foothills, very good hit. So we'll see if we can get some more big value hits here. Ripping right through the commons. Eldrazi Repurposer, Thraben Charm, Unfathomable Truths, Spardian Simulacrum. Okay, if I got that one right, maybe. Essence Reliquary, Mindless Conscription, and Suppression Ray. Flips into Orderly Plaza, into our land, a swamp, into Retro Frame. Come on. There it goes. Evolution Witness, looking good in the Retro Frame. And the next, Unholy Heat. So that is a Modern Horizons 2 reprint in foil and Retro Frame. Pretty cool. Then the Commander slot. No, that is the Mythic or Rare foil slot. Kalia of the Vast, Mythic Rare. From Commander, coincidentally, it is a new to modern reprint. Now it's the Commander slot, which is Hourglass of the Lost, Rare, borderless, looking cool. Now our 2 cool non-foil slots. Ooh, nice. Jet Medallion, Frame Break. You can see the artwork going up over the frame there. Has some good value. That's a pretty good hit. I'm always happy to pull those. And then Oh, wow, a Flooded Strand. So, got the Wooded Foothills and the Flooded Strand in retro frame so far. Pretty good value with those. Not going to make up, these are $34 a pack, considering it's $400 for 12 packs, or right about there. So, you need to pull a lot to make up the value, but, it's still a pretty good hit. So, and then the last slot, okay, another frame break. Orm's Charm in foil. Looking cool. Don't think that one has a ton of value. I could be wrong on that, but looks really, really cool. So that's cool to see. And then, of course, our little token at the end, the Eldrazi Spawn and the fish. It is just a fish. Okay. All right. So I don't have all these prices memorized or anything. I know what, like, the real big hits are, obviously, as far as things in kind of like the $3 to $10 range. I'm not entirely up and up on the prices. But, we'll come back in the edit. We'll have like a running total down here somewhere. And I'll be putting the prices of any card worth more than $1 up on screen. So you know how we're doing. I don't, but we'll find out in the end if we can actually make money on this box. So ripping through commons, Sheltered Lands, Glimpse the Impossible. Love that artwork. Looks pretty good in foil. Kami of Jealous Thirst, Basking Brood Scale. To uncommons, Arcbound Condor. Looking cool in the foil if that's getting picked up. Reiterating Bolt, uncommon. One more uncommon, nice. Priest of Titanius, that's a new to modern reprint. Cool playable card, I actually run that in some of my decks. So that's cool to see in foil. And then our land is a forest. And then our retro frame, another Unholy Heat. Modern Horizons 2 reprint, non-foil. And then our foil retro frame. Okay, wow, cool. So that's my first time seeing this. So again, apologies if I'm waxing poetically, but just really cool. Snow-covered wastes, retro frame. It's like such a weird mashup of things from different eras of Magic the Gathering's history, all like mashed together on one card. And it just looks really cool. Not sure the value on that, but as someone who does collect lands, actually, glad to get one of those. So very cool. And then next up, our rare mythic. In this case is a Sowing Myco Spawn. Don't think that's anything too crazy. Now our commander, Twins of Discord, nice. Commander pull there in rare. Now our two non-foil crazy slots. Detective's Phoenix, borderless. Decent card, I suppose. And the next one, cool, Grist, Voracious Larva. That has some value. This is the borderless, yep. Artwork, looking really cool. And I think that's a flip card. It sure is. That flips into Grist the Plague Swarm. So that has some value, I believe. And then our last foil super crazy slot. Okay, just a dress down in this case. So nothing too crazy. Is that the second one from this one box? I think it's worth about $1. But foil, retro frame, rare. Not a ton of value. A lot of better things you could pull in that last slot. But, cool to see, I guess. Phyrexian Germ and a Snake token. Nobody cares about tokens, but make sure it's in focus anyway. Wow. Focus is off today. God. All right, well, I'm going to give up. You can imagine. There you go. Okay, good. All right. So what was that? Pack 4. So we got 8 more to go here. Looking for some really big hits. Again, with these packs being... basically $34 to $40 a pack, depending on how you look at it. You need some really big hits to make up the value of one pack, and more likely than not, you just need some massive hit in a few packs to make up the value of the box. So we'll see if we can do that here. Going into uncommons with the Horrid Shadow Spinner, the Cephalid Coliseum. I should really make sure this is all in focus and everything for you, huh? Sundering Eruption. Flips into Volcanic Fissure, into our land, just a mountain, into retro frame. Another Aether Spike, interesting redundancy so far in this box. And then the foil retro frame. See, again, another card that we pulled in another pack. So interesting redundancy, but retro frame, Modern Horizons 1 reprint in foil, looks pretty cool. And then our rare mythic. Okay. Orm's Chant, again with the redundancy. We got the frame break version. Now we have just the regular version. Reprint, new to modern reprint there. Then our commander, Corum, the Undertaker, mythic rare in borderless. Now our 2 crazy slots. Okay, Sowing Myco Spawn in Frame Break. Looking pretty cool. And then a Null Drifter. Wow, that's cool to see in the retro frame. Again, it's just like such a weird mashup of like things that didn't exist when the retro frame did, but it actually looks pretty good. I am a fan of that. And then our last slot here, which could have the absolute craziest stuff of all. Okay, just a Disruptor Flute in foil, borderless, nothing too crazy there. And then an Eldrazi Spawn and a Blood Token. So we'll keep ripping through here. Now, you know, there's some really crazy stuff as far as like stuff that's worth a lot of money that you can pull. But it is just fairly uncommon because there are just so many different variations on things. You know, so many different art styles and treatments and foil versus non-foil. So it's like the odds of hitting all of the criteria that you need for some of these cards to be worth anything, it's pretty unlikely. And a lot of times you just end up with junk. But they are still cool cards, and I do like seeing them, and I hope that you do too. As we go to our final uncommon here, New to Modern Reprint, Wirewood Symbiote, and our land, and our retro frame. Gosh, I am really not good at opening cards today. Nesting Grounds in the retro frame, cool to see. And then the foil, Unstable Amulet, foil retro frame. Then our rare mythic, Fanatic of Rojas, or Ronas, excuse me. Pretty cool card. And then our commander, Silver Quill Lecturer, rare, borderless. And then Argent Dias in borderless, or sorry, extended art. Yeah, nothing there. Oh well. And, oh, nice. Okay. There we go. Ulamog the Defiler. This is the borderless concept Eldrazi, I believe. Is that artwork? Yeah, it literally says right there, concept Eldrazi. So that has some value. Not foil, it's not serialized, it's none of like the special etched foiling or anything like that. It is just the base printing of the concept art style, but that has some value. That is a good hit. Very cool card too, so love to see that. And then we do have one more card in the back here, so okay, just a Primal Prayers, Enchantment, foil, retro frame. Okay, and then the Phyrexian Germ token and the whale. So we got a whale and a fish token. We can put them together and build an aquarium, I guess. So, okay, Ulamog, cool, good hit. Would have loved foil or serialized instead, but I think that has some good value there. See if we can find a few more Eldrazi in here somewhere. And we'll go right into the next pack and see what we can find. Alrighty, going through commons, Malevolent Rumble, Cyclops Superconductor, Eerie Auxiliary, Conduit Goblin, uncommons, Wormcoil Larva, Fledgling Dragon, New to Modern Reprint from Judgment, and Razorgrass Ambush, flip card, whoops, flips into Razorgrass Field, then our land, the Plains, then our rare mythic. Okay, I can't even remember orders. I'm really bad at this, but there's our retro frame. Consuming Corruption, non-foil, then the foil one. What the heck? See what I'm talking about with the redundancy in these packs? It's just like we keep getting the same card over and over. But anyway, there's the foil versus the non-foil version, if you're ever curious. Now our rare mythic. Flare of Fortitude, rare in foil. And the Commander, Copyland, borderless, rare. And the crazy slots, Power Balance. That is the promo that you get from the bundle. So this is, I believe, Frame Break, extended art frame break on that. Interesting to see the different artwork on that card. And then, oh, cool, Endurance. So another one of the Elemental Incarnates, Mythic Rare, this time in the retro frame. Not sure why the green is so dark. It almost looks black. But that's cool. Not sure the value. Some of the other Incarnates I know are worth more, but cool to see it in a retro frame. And then, okay, Shilgengar, Sire of Famine, Jesus, borderless profile commander. Interesting. So I did pull this from the bundle in the non-foil, and it almost looked the same. It's slightly shinier, but it's just funny how the foiling looks on these ones, I think. But anyway, that's the last slot there. We get the Servo and the Phyrexian Golem token, actually looking pretty cool, I think. So that Solitude, I think, has a bit of value, but nothing else too crazy in there, I don't think. And if I can count correctly, we have 5 packs left, so let's see what we can get. Hopefully just some big hits here to just kind of make up the value of this whole box, because currently I don't think we're doing too well just because these packs are so expensive. It's not that the cards aren't cool. It's not that some of them don't have value. It's just that they don't have as much value as the price of the packs in the box are. Well, their last uncommon is the Depth Defiler and the land. Come on, stay in focus. There we go. And the Retro Frame Brain Surge, pretty cool. And the foil, a Cursed Marauder, right there. And, okay, Polluted Delta, another one of the Allied Fetch lands. No special treatment, just in foil with the base artwork. Kind of cool. And then our commander, Aether Refinery, right there. Guide of Souls Borderless. That has a bit of value, I believe. That's kind of cool. And then, ooh, cool. Kalia of the Vast. So don't think that one's worth a ton or anything, but really good-looking card with the frame break there, with the wing coming down here and everything else going on. And it is a mythic rare, so pretty cool to see. And the last slot, okay, 6. Foil etched, you can see. Interesting card, not a ton of value. Cool looking though. Nice if you're into, you know, Ren and 6 or whatever. It's a cool legendary creature to have, but beyond that, not worth a ton, I don't think. Get the Servo token and the Treasure token, and we go right into the next pack. So I could be wrong on some of these prices. You know, when I come back in the edit, it's always like certain things have value that I'm skipping over, and other things have no value that I'm like talking about. On and on, but, you know, we'll see with the edit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, there's something cool back there. Well, we'll see it when we get there. I saw the corner of it. Sorry to ruin the surprise, but we will see when we get back there what's there. So we got the Faithful Watchdog, the Jolted Awake, the Indebted Spirit uncommon, the Path of Annihilation uncommon, Stump Stomp, right there. Foil uncommon flips into Burn Willow Clearing. There's our land, hopefully in focus, the island, and then Retro Frame, Dragon's Rage Channeler, cool card. Modern Horizons 2 reprint in Retro Frame, and the foil. Abiding Grace, another pretty cool card. It sees play, actually, in the foil Retro Frame. Looks really cool to me. And then our rare Amphibian Downpour. And then, okay, Ulalek, Fused Atrocity, Commander Profile, Mythic Rare in foil. Pretty cool, I guess. Don't think it has a ton of value, though. And then, nice, a Flooded Strand, another Allied Fetch land, this time in Borderless, non-foil. I think it has a bit of value. All these Allied Fetch lands pretty much do. And, whoa, cool, and a Bloodstained Mire. So we're getting a lot of these fetch lands. My gosh, this one in Retro Frame. Not sure like the value difference between regular printing, borderless, Retro Frame, foil, non-foil, whatever. But again, we'll see in the edit. And now this is going to be really cool. So, okay, so it's Ral, Monsoon Mage, the double-face Planeswalker in the special foiling. It's not textured. I don't know what this is. You can see the foiling, you see the little bands, kind of. It's kind of, I can't get the lighting right, but there's like little bands of foiling moving across. I don't remember the exact name of that style. I'll put it in the edit, but that is a flip Planeswalker. Wow. Yeah, I see little bands of foiling moving across the card there. That's pretty cool. I think that has some good value. It is a very cool card. Pretty rare to pull too, so I think it's our best hit so far, if I had to guess. Very cool. And then the Eldrazi Spawn and the Zombie Army token that's never going to want to be in focus for some reason. What is up with that? But it looks pretty cool for a token. I like how I'm more excited about the token than the double-faced foil Planeswalker. But Anyway, that's a pretty good hit. Still nothing that's going to like make up the entire value of the box. But we do have 3 packs left, and there could be more craziness in here, so let's keep it going. Molten Gatekeeper, another Aether Spike, base printing and foil, Dross Claw, Evolution Witness, into uncommons, Static Prison, Amped Raptor. Might have a little bit of value, actually. Victimize in foil due to modern reprint. Our land is a Plains. And then, oh, dude, why am I messing this up so bad today? I am sorry. Jolted Awake retro frame, and then you already saw the Lion Umbra in the retro frame, this time in foil. And our rare, the Chthonian Nightmare that we pulled in the first pack. It's just the regular printing in foil. And then our commander, a Wonderscape Sage, borderless. Now our 2 crazy slots. Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. Wow. Pretty cool. Again, you see this is the non-foil, but you see how it's kind of shiny? It almost looks foil, like I was talking about on that other one. But pretty cool card. Not a ton of value, don't think. Oh, nice. So there's a Flare of Denial in retro frame. That's got some value. Would be better in foil, but pretty cool. Love that card. And then our last slot. Okay, a Springheart Nantuko in the frame break style in foil. Not sure the value on that one, actually. Don't think it's a ton, but pretty cool to see. And we get an Eldrazi Spawn. Flips into a Moonfolk token. Some interesting tokens here. Things that aren't often in token form in foil, which is kind of cool. So, all right, 2 packs left. Gonna hope for some really big hits here. So let's do this one first. Save that last pack. It's gonna have the best pull of all in there. I can feel it. Break this open and see what we get. All right. So Temperamental Oozewag, common. Void Pouncer, common. Tune the Narrative, common. Siege Smash, common. Into uncommons, Urza's Cave. I think that has a little bit of value, actually. Charitable Levy, uncommon. And Fell the Profane in foil, I believe also has a little bit of value, which does flip into the Fell Mire. And our land, just a mountain. Our retro frame. Oh, cool. Full art, snow-covered wastes, non-foil. But that's cool to see. I don't know how many artworks there are for the snow-covered wastes, if there's multiple of the full art, but that's cool to see. And then, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Modern Horizons 2 reprint in foil retro frame. There you go. Into Savine's Reclamation, regular rare foil, nothing too crazy. Commander, Horizon of Progress. And then our crazy slots, Birthing Ritual, Mythic Rare. I guess that's Frame Break, because it's going over the B there. So that's kind of cool to see. And then Toxic Deluge. All right, that was playable. Not sure the value on it right now in the retro frame, but cool to see as well. And then, okay, a Polluted Delta. So, borderless foil, Polluted Delta, it's got to be worth something. I mean, we're getting a ton of fetch lands from this box. I don't know how common that is. They're like good staple hits that hold a decent amount of value until they reprint them into the ground anyway. But none of the like super crazy like Eldrazi's that are worth like a ton or anything serialized, obviously, is kind of what we're really hoping for to make up the value of the box. But good hits with those fetch lands. Not going to complain about that. So, last pack here. Let's see what we get. I kind of highly doubt that we're anywhere near the $400 mark with what we've pulled so far. But maybe we can make it up here if not. So, final pack. Petrifying Meddler, common. Eviscerator's Insight, common. Snapping Void Craw. Tranquil Landscape. Love the foiling on that one. Uncommons, we have a Bespoke Battle Wagon, a Phyrexian Ironworks, Revitalizing Repast, flip card, flips into Old Growth Grove, and then our land, just a mountain, then our retro frames, Monstrous Vortex, again, just a lot of redundancy so far, interesting, and then the foil retro frame, Meltdown, looks pretty cool, don't think it's worth anything though. Then our rare. Okay, a Jet Medallion in foil. So I think we got the, again with the redundancy, but we got the Frame Break Jet Medallion and then the foil Jet Medallion. It's worth a few bucks, I believe. And then our Commander, Sage of the Maze. There you go, in Borderless. All right, now we got like 3 crazy slots. 2 non-foil, 1 foil. What are we going to get? Okay, a Felia Exuberant Shepherd profile dog there. Not exactly my style, but kind of cool. And then Aether Revolt, card named after a set in Borderless. And we get one more card here. What's it going to be? Okay, I mean, a Windswept Heath, another Allied Fetch land. Borderless foil. So there you go. And then a Phyrexian Germ into a Spirit token. All right, so interesting box. Again, I've been like avoiding watching openings of these because I wanted to just open it for myself first. So I'm not sure how typical this is, but we got a ton of fetch lands, which again, cool, good, like staple value. They're not like super exciting, I don't think. I think like, you know, creatures or powerful enchantments or that kind of stuff are just like more exciting to pull. But these are good, you know, value. People always need their fetch lands. So the Snow-Covered Waste I just thought was cool. The Jet Medallion, the other Flooded Strand, and the Wooded Foothills. Yeah, so we got 8 out of 12 packs. Sorry, 7 Allied Fetch lands. So 2 Polluted Deltas, 2 Flooded Strands in different styles, Wooded Foothills, Bloodstained Mire, and a Windswept Heath. And then I just like the Snow-Covered Waste. I don't think it's really worth anything necessarily, but that's interesting to see that. We did get the one special guest. I don't think the Solitude is worth a ton, but the special guests are pretty rare. I don't think that's worth anything, but it was just a cool frame break, so I put it in the pile. We got the Jet Medallion right there. Frame break, that's got to be worth a little something. Good mythic hits, the Grist, and obviously the Ulamog. Some good value there. The Endurance as well, to go along with the Solitude. This one in retro frame. That one, oh, this is a Modern Horizons 2 reprint, Elemental Incarnate. That's not the, well, I guess Solitude is too, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. This one's just the special guest style, and this one's the retro frame style, so just different styles. I know that Guide to Souls has just a little bit of value in Borderless. I don't think the Kalia does. Another Jet Medallion, that one in just regular printing foil, so we had the, right there. Gosh, I'm making a mess. None of this is even in frame. Need more space here. There it is. So the 2 Jet Medallions, the one in base printing foil, the one in frame break. You can see the difference in value on the 2 different art styles there. And then the rarest hit, I think, is this Raw Monsoon Mage with the special foiling that, jeez, that we're going to scratch all up. That really shows more on the back of the card, but not sure the value on that. Oh, yeah, there. You see? Yes, that is the textured foil. You see the texture right there? That's the angle I needed for it. See the little ripples all along there? I don't know if you could see it on the front of the card at all. The card is slightly curved, where it's concave this way and convex this way, so I don't want to bend it too much. I'm just curious if the texture is on the front too. Look, it doesn't look like there's any texture on the front, but on the back you could definitely see that texture right there. Yeah, there we go. I have shaky hands, my gosh. But that looks pretty cool. So that is some value, I believe. Anyway, what we're going to do is scan all of these cards into the Delver Lens app, and then we will get a look at the total value of all the cards that we pulled at various market metrics, as far as like what I could expect to actually get from selling these cards as singles versus what I could get from just buy listing them to like a local card shop, versus just what the overall value is as if I had wanted to purchase all these cards as singles versus opening from this box. So I'll be back with that in just a moment, and we'll take a look at that then. Alrighty, so it's been a while, but I am back with a look at the total value of this box here, and I would say that we did alright overall. Now we're going to take a look at a few different things here. What you see right now is the total TCG player market price for this box, and we definitely got some good hits. The Ulamog is the most expensive non-serialized card in this entire set, so that's very lucky. The Rawl, some good value, you know, these kind of nice $20 hits that we happen to pull. And, of course, these nice allied fetch lands, good staple hits, probably going to hold their value pretty well. Some other kind of cool $10 hits, and then we get down here to the, $5, $6, $4 hits, going down to, kind of these $1, $2, $3 cards that, aren't really worth quite as much in the fact that you are going to have a much harder time selling them as a single. But all of that comes out to a total of $459.09. So I'll scroll through here, let you take a look at all of the cards. So you can go ahead and look and pause if you want to see the price of any card in particular. And, what this is here is not really, I would say, the value of the box necessarily. What it is an indication of if I wanted to buy each and every one of these cards as a single, I would expect to pay about $459.09 to get them all. Now, these boxes are going for right about $400 to $410 right now. I happen to pay $385 for this one. So in that regard, we got more value in cards than we paid, which is nice. But the question always is, why would you want these exact cards? Why would I want like this Colossal Dreadmask foil for 6 cents? Why would I buy that as a single at that price ever? Along with all of the other, cards down here that really have no value. So, realistically, I could potentially take the $385 and buy just the cards that I wanted and get more value out of it that way. But as far as just getting a random assortment of cards, the value of those cards, if I were to have bought them singly, is more than we paid for the box. So this particular box, good value in that regard. Now, there's no prices on these tokens down here. Some of these tokens, the double-faced foil ones, do actually sell for quite a bit. I saw a few of them going for $5, $6, and they do sell at that price. So you could potentially add that value in as well, but we're not including that in this calculation. So, we did get really lucky with our hits here. Obviously the Rawl and the Ulamog making up a ton of value in this box. And, I do like the nice staple allied fetch land hits here for sure, but that's not going to make up the value of the box. So unless you get, some really good lucky hits, let alone a serialized card, it might be a little hard to get up to this value. But now what we're going to look at is the price more along the lines of what we could actually get from selling these cards. To see if we really made any money or not. So we'll leave it at TCG player market price, but we're going to set the minimum price of $3. So anything worth less than $3, I'm probably not going to consider selling as a single. It's just going to be a little bit too hard to move. It's going to take too long. Once you calculate in shipping and seller fees, you're not really going to get that much for it. But anything worth more than $3 is probably worth selling as a single. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what we could get from that. And that does come out to $397.95. So again, I paid $385 for this box. So potentially, if I were to sell all of these cards as a single, not factoring in shipping costs, seller fees, the time that it would take me to actually find buyers for all of these cards, I could make about $10 worth of profit and get to keep any other card going down here that is below the Felia. So from the Jet Medallion and, below the Jet Medallion. So anything from the It That Heralds the End and below, I could keep, and I would net $10 plus get to keep everything else for free. So that's pretty good. But again, it's really the Ulamog that just made the entire value of this box. If that Ulamog was just some bulk rare, you take $80 out of this, and even selling everything else that's worth selling as a single, going to be losing money. So I just happen to get very lucky with this box. You could get even luckier, not factoring serialized cards into the equation because that's just very unlikely. And if you get one regardless, you're making up the value of the box. But not even factoring that in, you could still get better pulls. Maybe you pull 3 different Eldrazi's or something and you could get more, or you could not pull anything close to this and you could get a lot less. But we'll take a look at a couple other things. So again, that would be like selling as a single potentially if I wanted to try to do that, sell it online or in person somewhere, which can be hard to do. So what I'm going to look at now is the TCG player Buylist price. So this is more what you would get if you were like trading these cards in at your local card shop or something like that, or in this case, selling them to TCG player via their Buylist system. So I'm going to set the minimum price to $1. Me personally, because they give you so much less, than the price you would have to pay to get the card when you buy list something. If they're not going to give me at least $1 for the card, I'd rather just keep it, either for the piece of cardboard that it is, or for the fact that if I were to try to sell it as a single, I could get more, a lot more than they would buy list it for. But that comes out to $228.58. So not great. Like you can see that Ulamog, if I were to sell it myself, I could probably get $80 for it. Those are moving on TCG Player fairly consistently for about $80 right now. If I wanted to trade it into my local card shop and they gave me, 52, right around $50 for it, that would be fair because they have to resell it themselves, but I'm not getting anywhere near the value compared to if I had sold it myself. So you add up all the cards here, you can see the prices are a lot lower because these are buy list prices. Anything just worth $1 and comes out to a lot less than we paid for the box. So I could definitely not make my money back on this unless I wanted to sell the cards as singles, which again takes a lot of time and effort. And you do have to factor in, other fees involved with that. So it's going to be hard to make money on a box like this. Again, if you get a serialized card, you're golden. Don't worry about it. You sell that one single, you're good to go. But, this was a pretty good box, I would say. I mean, again, pulling that Ulamog and that Raw, that's $120 in singles just between two cards. I don't think that's going to happen all the time. And you can see, too, at these buy list prices, a lot of them are much lower, than the card would otherwise be. So I personally don't like to buy list cards unless you just get so lucky that you're going to break even and be able to keep everything else for free, because at that point, just get another box and see what you get from that one too. But that is not the case here. $228.51 of buy list value. And it makes sense that, any product that has serialized cards in it, the price of the product is just so much higher than the expected value from the box, because there is always that upside of getting that serialized hit, and that's going to keep the price very high on these products too. So, a product like this, anything collectors with serialized cards, going to be pretty hard to actually make money on. But in this case, TCG Player Market price of $1. Let's actually just take a look at this too. I could have potentially made some money here. So this is the same thing we just looked at, the TCG Player Market price, but this is with a $1 cutoff instead of a $3 cutoff. So it's just adding in some extra value. Again, cards like this, like that Jet Medallion, I could probably sell as a single for $8. No problem. Once you get down here, these things, anything under $3 is going to be a little more rough. Like, how quickly and often am I going to be able to move this Amped Raptor for $1.72? Like, yeah, it's a $1.72 market price, but realistically, am I going to be able to get that for it, along with all of these other kind of like dollar-ish cards down here? I'm gonna have to sit on them for a long time to actually find a buyer and to be even able to get that much. But hypothetically, if I was selling every single card from the Monumental Henge and up as a single, I could get $433.94 and make profit, about $48 worth, and then be able to keep everything else for free, plus some money in my pocket to go towards another product perhaps. So I would say that's pretty good. In conclusion, I got very lucky. That Ulamog, just huge. Without that Ulamog, this does not come anywhere close to being worth it in terms of singles that I get or being able to make money off of it. But regardless, it's a very cool set. There's a lot of powerful cards. I love just opening a new set and getting to see all the cards. Some really cool art styles, this frame break going on here. Just all kinds of cool things. So for me personally, whenever I buy a product, I ask myself, is it worth it for me just for the experience of opening some random cards to pay this amount of money? It's essentially like gambling, right? You never gamble more than you're willing to lose. You look at it as you're paying for the experience of gambling, and if you're fine with that, then it's worth it. And if you happen to actually pull some good cards and you're able to sell them and make some money, then that's some great upside. But I would not go into one of these products expecting that you're going to open enough to make money, and you might not even get your value's worth in singles of the random assortment, which why would you want the random assortment anyway when you could just buy the singles that you want? But regardless, again, it's a very cool set. I'm happy to have opened it. I hope that you enjoyed the video. My brain is not super sharp today, so hopefully this made sense. I know it's very rambly, but hopefully I got my point across, and some of this was at least a little bit valuable for people to see and get an idea of what this product looks like so that they can decide for themselves if it is worth it or not. But that's all for me. I've been Sigs, but for now I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. Take care. Peace.